Welcome back to today's video. We're going to be playing City Skylines in today's video. We're going to be building a zoo for our city and then also adding on to our wall-to-wall commercial buildings. So I first start off by starting to put in a grid for our zoo. And so at least the entrance to our zoo is just going to be this big part, but I just continued these roads out just in this way. We could get some extra connections out here, and that we could also get this train station out here up and running and at least get some people using it. Obviously in the future I'll get a whole lot of people using it. I experimented with what I wanted really in this area because I didn't know that I was going to do a zoo here. But I came over here and I wanted to set this up for this getting used because obviously we're starting to get pretty close to this train station. And so this will start to get quite a bit of use. So I set up a bus terminal. This will be our inner city bus terminal too. So this will just allow for people to come in from outside the city on a bus too, and we'll probably have like one or two of those throughout the whole city, but that will be the one that will start them off at least, and this one will be at least one along this train line. We'll probably have another one along the second train line, which I forget if I talked about this in the last episode, but I want to put a second one on the other side of the city, but that will be something I'll talk about more in another episode when we actually do that. But for starting off our zoo here, I just put in the entrance and also zoned in the area, and then I just put in a small bit of parking up front. I'll add in some more parking, but I'll talk a bit more about that later on. I just added in some stuff for it, just to start us off like a little cafe, restrooms, and some gift shops, and then some plazas too. And then obviously we're making a zoo here, so we do need some animals. I added in every single animal enclosure that doesn't involve water, just because we're obviously pretty far inland, so it just made sense just to do that in here with just one thing that doesn't require water, and it requires water, sorry. And I also put in some restrooms and other stuff throughout the entire park, just to allow for people to obviously use them, and also cafes just for some food, and just make sure the zoo can make as much money as possible by monetizing as much as possible. And I just continued adding in more animal enclosures. And then I know that we pretty much just started with our zoo, but we started to get pretty much everything in that that I could get in at least. And so it's starting to become the end, and I obviously kept adding in more restrooms and different stuff for it. But I had this small little area here, so I just added in their plaza, and their souvenir shop, and then obviously restrooms and a cafe, and then I just put in trees just to help decorate the area, make it feel a bit more cozy. And just to also separate up the zoo a bit more, so this way it wasn't just straight animal exhibits. And then I also continued adding on animal exhibits, obviously, because it's a zoo. And I also just added in the side entrance just to get rid of some people from coming in from the main entrance, and it just helps alleviate some of that traffic and stuff on that main road. And then I did just want to add a little cut through here just for this building, but I obviously didn't do that because I felt that it would work. But this is pretty much the end. Just made sure I had everything, and then I realized that I was missing our elephants. And so the elephants, it's a pretty large thing, but it does have this like second thing in the back, so I just added in this path just to go all the way around the back, and it just connected in and just made it to where all the elephants were included into the zoo. And then we had every single animal. And then I just decorated up this little grass patch with just a little tree, and then I also added in a little border fence all throughout it after adding in some more restrooms and a cafe. And then just to finish off our zoo, I just added trees all along the border. I also moved around our bus line a bit just to alleviate some of the traffic on this main road here because it was getting very clogged up. And then I came over here to make the major parking lot for, or most of the parking for a zoo. So I'm just put in 2 large flat parking lots, and then I just put in the parking garage just in that little block there, and that would pretty much finish off our zoo, and it would be a nice square property, so it would have been pretty easy for the zoo to buy, or the city, whoever owns and operates it. And then I just put in a road just to follow the border of the zoo, which would have most likely happened, so this way the city could maximize the amount of land usage it can use. And that border there between the fence and the road there, that's would have probably just been owned by the zoo, and it could have been either monetized or when like sold out by the zoo to like leased to commercial buildings or just stuff like that, or it would have just been left like I did and just had some trees and some nature stuff be put in there. But then I came over here to then put it in and finish off the episode more wall-to-wall commercial. And so I'm only going to really put commercial and just offices in this general area just because of all the noise that the zoo will make off. And so I just put in this nice wall-to-wall commercial. I just made sure everything went all the way to the back of the road in terms of it having a concrete pad. And then I also added in some parking for our people in here. And then also made sure to take advantage of as much of the land as I physically could. And that's pretty much it for this little area. And then I just finished off these buildings here of just giving them services like water, and then I got power from the other buildings, obviously. And then I also just cleaned up our water pipe system, then also just connected up some roads here just to make it to where traffic flows a bit better in the area. But that'll be it for this video. Do hope you enjoyed. If you have, like, subscribe, and do see you next one. Bye!